For reading this week, we have our big book, Read Aloud, called Shapes All Around by Gary Thompson, illustrations by Stephen Mock. Here's the table of contents that tells us what's here. We have our story, and then we have another informational book called Find the Shapes. Shapes all around. I am making a scrapbook of all the different shapes I see. There are circles, squares, rectangles, and triangles all around. Find the shapes I drew on this picture. Do you see the circle and the rectangle? I see what looks like, we have this red thing here that looks like a rectangle to me, but I think the book maybe is wanting it to be a square. Do those sides look all the same to you? And here's a triangle and another triangle, and here's the circle I mentioned and the rectangle I mentioned. Circles. Let's look for more shapes. In the park, we can find circles. Look, we have the basketball, the bubbles, the hula hoops. Look at these rings. There are many circles. You can go up, 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 up. Circles. Wheels are circles that go round and round. Wheels can take you where you want to go. See the circles in the parade. The umbrellas are bright and colorful. How many umbrellas do you see? I just tried counting myself, and that's a lot of umbrellas. Squares. Look out the window. You are looking out of a square. All four sides on a square are the same length. Your window might be a rectangle. You can play games on squares. Move around on these squares. How many squares do you see in each game? So you can count these squares on the hopscotch. We also have checkers in this game. Squares. Look at these squares. Some are big, some are small. Count them all. Look, somebody turned this sandwich into 4 squares. This quilt is made of many squares. All of the little squares make one big square. This big square can keep you warm. Rectangles. Run down the field. The soccer field is a big rectangle. There are smaller rectangles on this field, too. Football fields are rectangles as well. Look at these buildings. They have many rectangles. The rectangles are different sizes and colors, too. Look at all the rectangles in those houses. Rectangles are everywhere. Some rectangles are signs. Signs help us find our way. Many books, blocks, and sheets of paper are rectangles. We use lots of rectangles every day. Triangles. A triangle has 3 sides. You can make triangles for lunch. Cut a square and make triangles, then eat them up. Many roofs are triangles. When the rain hits the roof, the water runs down. The house stays dry. On a windy day, triangles can be fun. Kites that soar in the sky are triangles. The sails on a sailboat are triangles. These signs are triangles. The signs tell drivers to be careful. Shapes within shapes. If you look closely at something, you may see more than one shape. Look at this door. It's a rectangle with squares on it. And this is a diamond, but if you turn it, it's a square. And then I see a rectangle, and then I see circles, lots of shapes. Look at this picture in my scrapbook. What shapes do you see? You can pause this if you want to talk more about all of the shapes that you see. This is another book. Find the shapes. Some objects have more than one shape. What shapes can you find in each object? Feel free to pause it. Many things have the same shape, but they are different in other ways. Name the picture that solves the riddle. I have a square shape. I am soft to touch. What am I? Which thing has a square shape and is soft to touch? Yeah, a pillow. Okay, listen to this riddle. I have a circle shape. I can bounce on the floor. What am I? Very good, the basketball. This is another riddle. I have a rectangular shape. I am long and wide. I can give you a ride. What am I? Yeah, it's the bus. I have a triangle shape. The wind makes me move. I am made of cloth. What am I? Yeah, the sail for the sailboat. We see shapes at school. We see shapes in nature. We see shapes at home. What shapes do you see? Look at all those shapes. Feel free to pause it. The end.